godforsaken place anyways.
Oh, thank you to keep him out of it.
Him? Oh, God.
Yes!
Welcome to Body Man. Cook! Dinner.
Directly.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're all met. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Wadsworth, the butler. Now, you may have realized that tonight no one is being addressed by their real name. I suggest you refrain from revealing too much about yourselves this evening. Dinner.
I haven't even finished my champagne yet.
That was more like a cocktail minute.
We really ought to keep her waiting. The cook can get cranky. Now, to the dining room. Walk this way. Dinner is served.
Oh, what's all this about then, butler? This dinner party?
All in good time, madam. Excuse me, if you will.
Shark fin soup.
Well, I say we eat it while it's hot.
I like things hot.
But isn't soup is supposed to be hot? Oh, Lord! Thank you for this meal we are about to receive. And for the gracious host, whoever he is, that has invited us here tonight. Maybe the host isn't here because the host is dead.
I'm feeling awfully anxious.
God bless you. Oh, please, bread.
Oh, hey!
Oh, something about murder. Death. One word. Oh, clue. It's clue. No.
Oh. 1, 2, 3. You're welcome. My number's in the playbill.
I'm used to being a hostess. It's part of my husband's work. Plus, I always host the ladies' group for my church on Sundays. It's difficult when a new group of friends meet for the first time, so I will stop borrowing. I mean, I have no idea what we're doing here, but I'm very intrigued. And oh my delicious, isn't it? Well, I think hosting parties is deathly boring. Well, it's an integral part of my life as the wife of a senator. Oh, I forgot we're not supposed to mention who we really are.
I know who you are.
How do you know who I am?
I work in Washington too.
Ah, so you're a politician's wife.
Yes, I am.
So, who's your husband? Maybe I know him.
Never.
And you never will.
Oh, Mrs. White, what does your husband do? Nothing. Nothing? Well, he lies around on his back all day.
Sounds like hard work to me.
He lies around on his back because he's no longer alive. So what do you do in Washington, D.C., Mr. Green?
Oh, I better not say. I like to follow the rules.
Oh, come on. How are we to get acquainted if we don't say anything about ourselves? No judgments here. We're all God's children. I don't believe in God. But if I wasn't trying to keep this conversation going, then we'd all just be sitting here in embarrassed silence.
In my professional opinion, it sounds like you have a case of fear of sinusitis.
Is that an official diagnosis? Are you a doctor, Professor?
Oh, I know a little bit about psychological medicine, yes.
And you practice?
Oh, no. I currently work for the U.S. government.
Oh, another politician.
Not exactly. I work in the Department of Social and Behavioral Studies. In other words, I study crazy. And I'm good.
I bet.
Sounds fascinating.
Oh, thank you, Colonel. You are a real colonel, aren't you?
I am, sir.
Aren't you going to mention the coincidence that you also live in Washington, D.C.?
How did you know that?
Oh, I've seen you before. So, Miss Scarlett, does that mean that you work in Washington, too? Oh, I do everything in Washington, Mr. Green.
Does anyone here not live in Washington, D.C.? Well, Wadsworth, I've had just about enough of this. Where's our host, and why have we been brought here?
Pardon me, please. Good evening, sir. You are eagerly awaited.
Thank you, Wadsworth. It's good to be home. Are all guests here?
In the dining room, sir.
Right on schedule. I'll meet you in the study then, as planned.
May I take your bags?
No, Wadsworth. I'll keep them with me.
They contain more evidence, I assume.
Never assume, Wadsworth. It's much more fun to be surprised. Oh, for God's sake, I demand to know what's going on.
Right. Well, you've all received a letter, yes?
Yes.
Do you have them with you? And am I correct that each of your letters had advised you to be here this evening because a certain Mr. Body has offered to put an end to a long-standing, confidential, and most painful financial liability? Can I interest any of you in fruit?
No.
Dessert?
No!
Right. Then might I suggest we adjourn to the study for some coffee and brandy, for which I believe your letters will be explained, and the game will be afoot.
Oh, and that game!